Touchless students. So in this class we are going to learn about class 7 geography chapter number 3, that is our changing earth part 2, major landforms. So landforms we can also say physical features or relief features. So if we look at this first image, these are here, this particular image we have a different landforms or physical features or physiographic divisions. So landforms such as mountain, plateau, plain, island, valleys, hills, all these are called landforms. So the landforms are continuously worn away by two forces. They are weathering and erosion. So these landforms or relief features will not remain same forever. These landforms will change. So the landforms or the landscapes are continuously worn away, or it may change or carried away, taken away by two forces. So two forces are weathering and erosion. So first thing is we need to know the meaning of weathering. So weathering is the breaking down or the disintegration of rocks on the earth's surface. So if we look at second image, so here this particular rock we can see a cracks. We can see many cracks on this particular rock. So these cracks are occurred because of what? Weathering. So weathering, and the main causes of weathering are because of temperature and because of moisture. So when the temperature is hot, these rocks will get expanded, but we will not see by our naked eyes, but it is occurring naturally. But when the temperature cools down, these rock will contract. So by contracting and expanding, these inside these rocks, the moisture may get inside these rocks. So these rocks, after a while or after many years, these rock will disintegrate, or this rock will break down into a smaller pieces, smaller rocks, number of rocks. So that is called weathering. So this one is weathering. So erosion is wearing away or carrying away of landscape by different agents of erosion. So agents of erosion such as water, wind, and ice. So if we look at these last two images, here these soils, topsoils are carried away by a river. Again, here we have a big this one gully. Here we have a gully type of erosion. So all these soils or particles or rocks are carried away by rivers, forces of river. So that shows erosion means carrying away or transporting materials or minerals and rock particles from one place to another place. That is called erosion. So mostly erosions are occurred because of agents of erosion such as water, wind, and ice. So these agents are carrying or transporting minerals, materials, rock particles from one place to another place. So that is called erosion. So in this class we are going to learn about river as a agents of erosion. When the river trembles at a steep angle over a hard rock or a down steep valley side, it form a waterfall. So if you look at here, this one is steep angle, very steep 90-degree type of angle. So here we have a hard rock. So hard rock, it is very difficult to erode it by rivers. So uh, river water will fall down from this steep angle. So that is called waterfall. When the river trembles or falls, river water falls down from a steep angle, like this. When a river water falls down from a steep angle, tumbles means fall down at a very steep angle. So this is steep angle, this is steep angle over hard rock. So here we have hard rock. Here because of this hard rock, the river water is, it is very difficult to erode this hard rock. Because of that, the water is falling down from a steep angle, that is called this one hard rock. Because of hard rock, the river water will fall down or down a steep valley. Along this, so if you look at here, we have a waterfall because of this steep valley, steep angle. Along this one, this river, we have this one steep valley side. So steep valley, valleys as we have slopes like gentle slope, steep slope. So this one is very steep slope. In Tibetan we can say yang Tursarpo. That one is steep valley alongside. So river water is following from here. So along this one two side of this river, we have a steep valley. So it will form a waterfall. So this is waterfall because the water is falling down from a steep angle. As the river enters, so mostly the river main origin of most of the rivers, the main origin of rivers are from this one snow covered mountains. So these are the sources or the origin of rivers of the world. So and next to that, river water will go to or enters into the plain area. So when river enters into the plain area like this one is a plain area, it twists it and turns, it will form a zigzag. So the course of river will form a zigzag, or twists and turns. It will form a, when river enters into the plain, the river will form a course of river will form a lots of zigzag or twist and turn, forming a large band, so these bands are called meanderers. So this is the meandering of river. So this is meanderer. So walk of river again. So at the point of time when the meanderer loop cut off from the river and form a cut off called oxbow lake. So this is meanderer. When the river enters in the plain area, it will form a meanderer. So this is again meanderer become larger, more turn here. So when the over a period of time, when the river courses changes, the route of river changes. So initially river is flowing in this way. So after many years, when river flow of the river water or the course of the river, route of the river water changes here. So here we have deposited, they have this particular river deposited lots of sediment in this one. So these two river water bodies will this one separated by a deposited sediment. So this will form a lake. So lake, and the shape of lake is like a oxbow lake. So these lakes are called oxbow lake. So here the loop is cut here. So this one is a loop. So this loop is cut from this main river because of what? Depositional process by the river. So rivers, this particular river deposited lots of sediment here. So these two get disintegrated or separated from main river. So these are called oxbow lake. During the flooding season or the rainy season, the river deposit layer of fine soils. So fine soils means soil which has lots of minerals and other materials called sediments along the bank of the river. So this is the river. So these are the bank of river. Two sides. This one is left side bank and this one is right side bank. So during rainy season, this particular river water will overflow from this main course and it will this one deposit lots of fine particles called sediment along this one two side of this particular river banks. So these uh, these sediments are very fertile in nature. So this lead to the formation of flat fertile plain. So these are the very fertile. Fertile means those land with we can grow this one food crops. So because of what means very fertile soil, because of that we can grow lots of crops. So these are the agriculture. So people are cultivating or people are practicing agricultural operations on this patch of land along the side of this particular river. Because of what, this in this particular on this particular this one river bank, the particular river this particular river discharged or deposited very fine particles. So these fine particles are very favorable for the cultivation of crops. We can grow a good number of crops from this particular patch of land. So it will give a fertile plain. The raised banks along the rivers are called levees. So this one is the raised one. So this one is river, this one is the raised one. So elevated one. So these elevated are mostly formed by naturally formed. So these are called levees. So these levees are because of what, rocks and sediments are discharged or deposited by this particular river. So this will become a levee. This structure is called levee, or this particular embankment, or this one raised structure, or raised sedimented deposited by the rivers. So this is called levee. The collection of sediment from all the mouth form a delta. So if you look at the second image, so this is the main river. So finally, river waters of the world, they will discharge its river water in the oceans and seas and in the lakes. So the point where river water meet with ocean water, it is called mouth of the river. So mouth of river means when river water first touch with the ocean water, it is this particular point or the place is called mouth of the river. So when this particular river enters into the sea, mix with the sea water, so this particular river water will discharge or deposit all its sediments like sand, silt, and other particles uh, near the coast of seas or the oceans. So these are the deposited sediment by this particular river. So uh, at the course of this particular deposition process, the river water will disintegrate or separate into different directions. So this particular river water is separated into smaller rivers, 1 2 3 4 5 6 rivers. So all these are called distributaries. So this particular uh, uh, feature, it is called delta. So most of the deltas are formed near the coastal areas where the mouth of river meets its river water meets or discharge in the ocean. So here these structure or the characteristics or features are in the geography. It is called delta. Thank you.